Hey guys, so today we're doing a furniture tutorial. I'm just going to get started right away so that we can try and get through it a little bit faster. So we'll start out with the basic chair. Everyone always does it, so I guess I got to include it. It's just putting the step down and the two signs on the back, and that'll give you a nice chair. So you can make it as long as you want, but I think it works best no more than 4, like this. No bigger than 4. So if you start making it of a length like this, it doesn't end up looking as good. So just, these are the different woods. This is spruce, jungle, and birch, I believe. I personally really like the spruce. I think it looks good. But it is just a preference. So, another way what you can do for the armrest instead of signs is you can curve the steps like this. So put some down and then put them at like an angle like this. And that can get you another way to make arms. Just a preference. And just with the signs, you can definitely put them on the back as well. Unless they're up against the wall, obviously, and that just depends on what way you want to like it, which way you want to make it. Next thing, real quick, you're gonna do is tables, also found in NPC villages, like the chairs, just made with a fence post that you place down and a pressure plate on top. You can use either kind of fence, either kind of pressure plate, and the thing I like about the fences is they connect to the wall very nicely. So if you're putting them next to a wall, they don't mess up like some other things can do. They connect to it real nicely, complement the chair, and you can make it like this. I personally don't like it. I would use a solid in the middle, or we can do some other different tables. So I think just one pressure plate is about as big as you want to make it for looks. This is just another table I just kind of made that's just with fence posts and half slabs. You can, with the higher chairs, whatever, that's a way to make that. I don't need to go into how to making those for you guys because I'm sure you can figure it out for yourself. So this is a planter right here. Next thing we're going to do, it's simply made by, let me get some of the materials out here, by taking a dirt block, placing it down, and putting trapdoors all around the sides. So yeah, just like that. And then you can put, whatever fits inside to your liking. This one's just a flower. What works in them easily. Now there are other things that work as well. But they need certain conditions, such as mushrooms. They need light conditions. I'm not going to go into all those. But you can do all the saplings, rose flower, grass, and fern. A problem with the fern is it doesn't center itself. So as you can see, no matter where you put it, it's always in the corner. So that doesn't look as good that way. You can always play around with what materials they're using. This is sand, just so you can put a dead bush on there. I don't think it looks as good. It's an opinion, but yeah. Problem with the saplings as well is they'll grow, and once they grow up like this, it doesn't look so good. Both of these problems I just mentioned are fixed in the flower pot. These saplings cannot grow in them, so they stay this way forever, as long as you don't destroy them or anything. The fern, it's the same thing, it's fixed. It's centered perfectly. There's not much room for it to not be centered. So you can make them as big as you want. They don't have to be squares. That's just what I did. You can even put them a tree and outside, maybe surround it with flowers, whatever you want to do. That seems to work best for the trees if you want to put a tree in it instead of just like this. Another thing you can put in these that works best, just place a fence post down. Let me just get a fence out of here. And so you just place a fence post down, just like this, on your planter. Hold on. And then you can put whatever kind of leaves you want. I think this is oak. This is jungle. I just showed both just because the jungle leaves, they have more to them. This seems, more holy or whatever. It's kind of shredded. So that looks like a little plant or whatever you want to do. So that's another way to do it. Another thing with the flower pots, as they were just added in 1.4.2, I believe, is you can put mushrooms down or the dead bush, and they don't need to be growing in sand, or mushrooms don't have to have a certain light level or whatever the conditions are for them. So the flower pots do have a lot of perks over the planters. That's what I'm going to call them over here. But the thing with the flower pots is they can sometimes just look like they were just set down randomly on the ground, like this one. Versus these, you kind of look like you're meant to put them there. They take up space. So that's the difference with that. You could, I guess, put a flower pot on top. That's up to you. You can think about that yourself. So just to move on, next thing we can do is bed. This doesn't actually function, obviously, but if you're looking to making something in the guest bedroom, whatever you're trying to do, this can work. You just put, these are two stone slabs, a piece of wool, surround it with fences. Once again, it's optional to put it on the back. This is if it's against the wall. This is if it's just standing alone. I just put a little table there, whatever you want to call it, nightstand, I don't know. Moving on, next thing we're going to talk about is one of my favorite tables, if not my favorite table. Favorite way to make a table or bar or whatever you're doing is the piston. It works great closed or when it's on position. Obviously, you just dig one deep and place it down there. So this is just an example with it on state piston. That works great. You can do, I didn't spend much time on trying to make this, but you can make these really pretty however you want to do it, like a bar or something. So that works great. Another thing, just thought I'd put it in here. If you use fences, I don't think I quite did this right to make it look the best, but you can just put trap doors down and some fences, and that makes a great shelf to kind of take up a wall space, even though most people use pictures or whatever. So that's that. The next thing is lights or lamps. We're just going to do a few of them. There's only a couple I'm going to mention here. There's a lot of them that are probably a lot better. This one is just the redstone lamp on the fence post. Since the redstone lamps need to be powered, I put a switch on the back, which can look kind of ugly. I don't know if there's a better way to do that. I didn't really look into it. You can leave a little message in the comments if you find out, because I'm not going to bother to look into it. You can use whatever fence you want. Again, you can even cover it in trapdoors, except since there's a switch there, you can't cover that side. Or this is glowstone. That doesn't need to be powered, so you can do it with that as well. This is what is basically found in the NPC villages. It's just a piece of black wool on the fence posts with torches all around. That works as well. So just going onto this little inside here, you can definitely hang it from the ceiling as well. That works great, I've found. Only problem again is powering it. I don't know how to do that. But if you put it against the wall, you can definitely disguise whatever you want in there, and nobody will notice. So, another thing you can do is make these kind of chairs that we're looking at here. This one is purely out of the stone brick stairs, and this one is just showing you the separation of materials. So all it is to make this bottom one little thing right there, that's just a step. This is a slab floor, so it's literally just a step like this, except it's down half a layer, or a full layer, but it looks like it's only half a layer showing. Now you can put your step the opposite way on top. So it's like, let's see, like this, and then like that. That's how that forms. And that's just a little piston table that's halfway up with the cake on it. Everyone always puts cakes on top. Another thing I mentioned is you can definitely like have the fence arc out on the lamps or whatever. This is just something I forgot to mention or put in here. That's another way you can get a cool look. So yeah. We're going to go inside here, and just another thing for lighting that you can definitely do is a piece of jungle wood that's the fence post and put cocoa pods around. That can work as a chandelier or like a side lighting. Again, this is just dirt, so it doesn't look so good on it, but you do whatever for the walls. You can make it look good. But just be mindful that they don't actually produce any light, even if they do look like it in dim lighting situations. So if there's no light, be mindful of that. Next thing is, this is a high back chair, so it's just a step with the iron door in the back. I found the iron door works best because, well, you can't open it and it looks good. You can use either door, any kind of step. To make it, even though it seems fairly self-explanatory, give yourself a guide and just get below it and put it up, put the stair down, and put the iron door on the back. That's pretty simple. I don't need to go into that. Another thing for hooks that you can do just on the wall to hang up clothing or whatever is you can use tripwire hooks. Those look great. So that's just something you can use. I just thought I'd add this in there because it was a little afterthought. So I haven't tried out any ways to do this. Maybe if you put a wall here so it'd bounce off and land on the table. Just put food and rig it to a dispenser so it'll shoot it'll land on the table. Yeah, you should probably put a wall there or something. Keep it from bouncing off the table. That's just something you can work out yourself. I just wired redstone wire around the wall into that. Nothing fancy at all. Okay. So, oh, it's raining. That's okay. Next thing we're doing is a chair. This is what it looks like. Well, it doesn't look like this if it's in a half slab floor like it's supposed to be. That's how you make it. Two stairs back to back. Put a signpost on one of them. And it will end up looking like this. Something that's great about this is, if you can tell, it's only half a block away from the table, which works great. I find a whole block is too far, so that works great. You can work out something with that. Another back you can use is a painting. Now, the actual painting part can be on the front or the back of the chair, so you can get a different look. You can also use pressure plates and whatever block you want underneath there. For this one, it doesn't need to be a step, unless you want it to. And just a little quick note, another thing you can do is if you place, this is just a step like this, and then a step like this, the other way. And that makes 1.5 block step length right there. So I want to see you guys use this. So if you put a video link in the comments below of this video, I definitely want to try and see if you can come up with anything creative with this. That's my challenge to you for the week.
Alright guys, I'll see you again soon.